Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be talking about texting and funny text stories of sending a message to the wrong person and emojis and all the stuff that goes into that, because with technology we can make mistakes and it can make for some awkward funny stories. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right in with the few that I have. First one comes from, let me just set the scene. So I was going on a double date, so it was a girlfriend and I, a good friend of mine, and we each brought guys, and the guys did not know each other, but then the friend and I obviously knew each other. So we went out to a movie and it was really fun. Everyone got along. I felt like the date went well. I liked the guy I was with. My friend liked her date, and everything overall just seemed pretty good. And so then the next morning I woke up to a text from the guy that I went on the date with, and it said, "Oh my gosh," my friend's name, "I can't believe I met you last night. That was so fun. I was dreaming of you all night. I can't wait to see you again." And I was a little shocked in the morning because obviously this guy that I had taken on the date meant to send this message to my friend that he had met on our double date. And the only way I knew was because he wrote her name in the message and said he was dreaming about her. And I texted him back and I was like, "Hey, jerk, like, wrong girl." And he blamed it on being half asleep and that he meant to say my name, but he said my best friend's name. And needless to say, we never went on a second date. And that was a very funny, I guess, text, because it was obviously sent to me on accident, and who knows if I ever would have found out that he enjoyed my friend more than he enjoyed me. And I guess for him that was kind of embarrassing because maybe he was half asleep and just didn't realize who he was sending this message to. Now this next story deals with autocorrect, which I know can cause a lot of issues for people just by hitting the wrong keys or hitting the wrong word or having your word change into something totally different that ends up making the text mean something you were not intending it to mean. And I had this guy that I was talking to and we were discussing like trick shots. If you know Legendary Shots, their YouTube channel, and I worked with them at VidCon a few years ago, and we did a shot off the convention center with a basketball into a basketball hoop, and it was so cool because it's really crazy to see behind the scenes on how they do the trick shots. They're 100% real, and when you're watching just the videos on YouTube you might kind of doubt them, I guess, because they look so insane. But anyways, as I was watching them do all this, it was really cool, and when I got back to Austin I was telling a guy friend of mine about it. And there's also another YouTube channel that is kind of similar, and they're called Dudes Perfect, and I was like, yeah, I worked with Legendary Shots at VidCon. They did this basketball trick shot. It was so cool. And the guy writes back and he's like, "Oh yeah, just like Dudes Erect." And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Oh, I meant Dude Perfect. My phone just auto-corrected that to Dudes Erect." And I don't know, that was one of the more embarrassing autocorrects because I know my phone has never corrected Dude Perfect to Dudes Erect, but you know, his did, and he was severely embarrassed by it. I thought it was kind of funny, but it definitely made our conversation a little awkward, and it took the conversation somewhere where it was not going at all. The next awkward texting story I have is something everyone has probably done, but it was actually when I sent a text message to the wrong person and I didn't notice it for an extended period of time, which made it even more awkward. So one night I was coming home from being out with my girlfriends and I texted my friend Emily and I was like, "I love you, get home safe, I had so much fun tonight." And I put a ton of emojis, like little heart emojis and little kiss faces and little like party hats and stuff because we had been out. And then the next morning I got this text from my guy friend, and he was like, "Hey Megan, like last night, you know, I wasn't expecting that. Like I didn't know you had feelings for me. I didn't know you loved me and you felt that way." And I was just looking at my phone like stunned and completely shocked and like, what is he talking about? And I literally said to him, I was like, "I'm sorry, but I have no idea what you're talking about. Like I saw you out last night, but only for a few minutes. Like, you know, we talked a little bit, but I don't know where you're coming up with this stuff." And he was like, "Last night, like you texted me that you loved me and that you had so much fun and blah, blah, blah." And I was literally thinking like, what in the world? And then I scrolled back through my messages and there it was. I had sent him on accident the message that said, "I love you, get home safe, I had so much fun tonight," and it was sent to this guy that was like a good friend of mine that I did not love in that way. I loved him as a friend, of course, but he was a little mistaken and thought that I was professing my love to him at night when I totally meant to send that to my girlfriend that I was out with. And I did have to break it to him and say, "You know, that message actually wasn't for you. Now I can see why you're confused, but that was totally my bad. Your message was next to my friend's message and that message wasn't supposed to go to you." Now, as far as being out and having people ask for your numbers, I'm curious what you guys do because I get really uncomfortable when people ask my number, and I know a lot of people say like don't give your number out, like keep that private, you know, really try to not do that often, but I would say I definitely give my number out, probably more than I should, because I just don't know how to say no to someone. I feel bad and I get uncomfortable. And one time I gave this number to this guy and I was just getting kind of a little bit of a weird vibe. I didn't really want to give him my number, but at the same time he was being nice, and it felt like a very awkward situation. So I was kind of contemplating giving him a fake number, but I decided to go with the real one, and I was typing it into his phone, gave his phone back, and right as he took the phone back, literally not even 3 seconds later, he called my phone number, and my phone obviously started ringing, and he goes, "Oh, I'm just making sure that you actually gave me a real number, because sometimes girls give me fake numbers." And then I call them as they're sitting there and realize that they gave me a fake number. And I was just like, oh my gosh, number one, that's creepy, but number two, good thing I didn't give this guy a fake number, because he probably would have freaked out a little bit in that moment. One time I actually did give a guy my number, and I actually really did like him. I thought he was cool. I wanted to hang out with him later on, but I typed my number in wrong, and I think I did that because it was like a dark, crowded bar, and everyone was dancing and yelling, and it was really loud, and my number was wrong from like one number off. And he actually sent me a message later on Twitter and was like, "Wow, like, way to give me a fake number, like, sorry, I thought you were into me, blah blah." And I was confused. I was like, "What?" And he sent me a screenshot of the number I had given him, and of course it was one number off, and I had to explain to him that no, I didn't mean to actually give you a fake number, I just accidentally typed it in wrong. So that was kind of awkward, but it all worked out okay, and he ended up getting my correct number. I also have a few other funny text mishaps. I'll go ahead and put in some of those screenshots right now. And then I wanted to talk about these little emoji pillows behind me. When I was at Playlist Live, I took a really cute picture with my friend Elise, who is such a sweetheart, and we had these emoji pillows, and a bunch of people were asking about them. My little sister Mia was freaking out and was like, "Please bring those home. I love them. I want them in my room." And so I've actually got in contact with the company that sells these, and I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about them, because 100% of the proceeds are going towards children with different diseases, and they worked with Toys for Tots, the Boys and Girls Club of America, a bunch of other organizations that are helpful to kids and children in need, and put the link down below, and you can look at all the different emoji pillows they have. These personally are my two favorites, but they have a ton of different ones, and you guys can see what your favorite ones are, and of course the proceeds go to a great cause. So, you know, you kind of win in both ways. You get to help out some children, and you also get these super cute emoji pillows, and they're super soft as well, which is very nice, because sometimes you get a cute pillow and it's just decorative, but you don't actually want to like use it or keep it on your bed. But these are like incredibly soft. Giving away 2 different pillows. Why did I just do 3? 2 different pillows. And so if you want to enter to win, all you have to do is leave a comment on this video letting me know what your #1 texting pet peeve is. It can be a word that people use, if people triple text you, if people wait too long to respond to you. Whatever your biggest texting pet peeve is, leave it in a comment below, and you'll be entered to win an emoji pillow of your choice. And then if you want to enter to win one of the pillows on Instagram, all you have to do is follow me. My name is Megan Parken on Instagram, and then comment on the photo that I'll have posted right here with your favorite emoji. I would love to see which emojis you guys like to use most often. But yes, I guess that's it for my texting video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys found a little bit of humor in these little awkward and embarrassing texting stories. I think they happen to everyone, at least I hope that they do.